Shovel, former Black Piston out of Illinois, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Shovel.
Yo,
what's up? How you doing?
How you doing? I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. So, where were you born and raised?
Mattoon, Illinois, Central Illinois.
And what was your life like growing up?
You like your usual like poor white boy shit. Mom and dad were both on drugs. Dad took off type shit, you know, just you went in and out of juvenile detention centers and DOCs. Went to the adult penitentiary when I was like 17, did a few calendars in there, and then kind of got a little trouble here and there, you know what I mean, shit like that.
When did you first get introduced into the motorcycles club world?
My mom was dating this dude who I considered to be my dad at the time. He's deceased now, but his name was Ike. Gone but not forgotten. But he was in the same club that I was in for a long time. He was actually a founding member, and so whenever I was like 14, I lived out in the country with him, and I remember seeing like a pack of bikes pull up, all black Pistons. You know what I mean? Just packed up, pull up in his front yard, like 15 of them, and I knew right then and there. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that shit one day, and I did. So yeah, for sure.
You were young when you seen that.
Yeah, I've been knowing them dudes even whenever I patched out some of the big brothers, the older ones that are retired now. Like I knew back when I was like 14, like even some of my family members in my hometown started a small club that came over from California into Mattoon, Illinois, where I'm from now. They used to be a diamond club, but then they dropped the diamond because of politics and they just went independent.
Yeah, because it starts problems, right?
It does. Yeah. That's why I never stepped up and became a one percenter, because I just seen all the headache that came with it. And I still had an option to say no. Like if I didn't want to go somewhere, I didn't have to go, you know?
Yeah.
But it was frowned upon. Like they would treat you a little differently after that. Like, oh, you said no. Like, yes. Like, so what? People got lives.
Oh, if you don't go.
Yeah. It's different though. It's a lot different how people think it is as being a black Piston for a dominant one percenter club, the Outlaws, and people don't realize the type of standard that you're actually held to. And then it's like anything that the moment you say no, or you decide to kind of slow up a little bit, maybe say take some time to do this or do that, you know, like it's like people kind of like maybe the black Pistons will understand, but like the big brothers won't.
Yeah, but so like, is your ultimate goal is to go up to the other club?
That's now this is all public knowledge, but the Black Pistons were essentially started to. I'm a big history buff on the Black Pistons. I actually inducted history into the black and white world for the Black Pistons. I actually have a T-shirt that came from I don't have it here because I'm on the road working, but I have a T-shirt that was mailed to me by the former Ghost Rider member that got patched over to Outlaws in Germany in 2002. And that was the Germany chapter that started the Black Pistons, that gave them the official AOA patch.
So what was your first introduction to this club?
I met this dude. I ain't gonna drop. I can't really drop any names like that. I don't really do the name drop, but I met this dude from a place called Christian County, Assumption, Illinois, and I started this smaller not 1% club, but 1% support club called the American Misfits. Well, like I was about it. Like I wanted to go everywhere, be everywhere. I didn't care if I was going by myself in a pack. It did not bother me. I didn't care if it was every weekend. When was he leaving? And I didn't give a fuck when we was coming back. You know what I mean? Like I was with it. And so we started that club, and me and that dude fell out. We worked together, and he ended up throwing me under the bus at work. And I ain't really for like if you're supposed to be my brother and we work together and shit, just because we have a minor disagreement at work doesn't mean like you try to jeopardize like my whole job. So that whole deal right there folded that whole situation, and I just stepped up and became a Black Piston.
How long were you part of that club for?
Like maybe 6-7 months at that.
How many people were involved with that?
Now, no, I try not to get into too many numbers. I mean, it's not there anymore. So there was like the starting few. You know, what I mean, 4 or 5. There was 1, 2, 3, 4 at the time.
So you're hanging around the Black Pistons.
Black Pistons and Outlaws. Yeah.
While you're in that club.
Yeah, because they were an outlaw support club.
So when this one dissolves, you go right to them and say, "Hey."
Yeah, because that's the essential goal is to step up. You know what I mean? To like, that's how you kind of get your reputation. Is like, this brother started from like way down here and worked his way up and shit. You know, so that's really the essential goal. That's why the Black Pistons. That's why support clubs are started amongst all 1%er clubs, is so they can pool out of them.
Yeah, and eventually graduate to the major leagues, right?
Yeah. And it ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, shit, I didn't want to be a 1%er. I had no interest in my heart to ever do anything like that. Wasn't for me.
So what's it like? Do you start off prospecting, or are you hanging around? Like,
well, so as a Piston at the time, I don't know how it is now. I've been out for a year, a little over. You know, things could have changed. But whenever I first started back in 2017, you had to hang around for at least like a minimum of like 6 months to a year if you didn't have any prior club experience. Like someone had to, you know, bring you in, introduce you. You had to start showing up. You had to want to be there. You know what I mean? Like there was it wasn't easy by no means. You know what I mean? Close to a decade ago, it wasn't easy. You know, now it's a little bit more easier to get in than what it used to be, in my opinion. So, but no, yeah. So you hung around for like 6 months to a year. And then depending on like what was going on, sometimes the probating times would change depending on if the numbers were up, numbers were down. If they, you know, just depend on politics pretty much. Sometimes like Black Pistons, there was times I've seen them probate for 90 days, 6 months, a year, you know what I mean, depending on how many chapters if chapters were folding, if they were prospective chapters, whatever, you know.
But so you're hanging around at this point.
Uh-huh.
Are you doing everything that they're doing? You're just not going into meetings, right?
No, yeah, you ain't going to no meetings until like, unless you get called into that meeting, you're not coming in there. Period. There's no, you know, yeah, unless you get called back there, you ain't coming in there.
So walk me through the day that you asked them to prospect, and they give you a prospect patch.
It's not prospecting, it's probating. Prospecting, if you're prospecting, is the different clubs have different terms. Some have probate, some are prospects, whatever, but it's probationary. So it's like, yeah, you go to them and you express to a member that you want to, you know, take that step. You want to step up. You know, this is something that you're interested in, and then next thing you know, at some point in time, on their own time, not on your time, they're going to bring that shit to their next church meeting. And you know, if that member has the intentions of bringing it to the table, then he's going to tell you to be at that meeting, so that way you can get whatever answer that you may or may not be seeking at that time. And it's either going to be like they're either going to bless you with, you know, more hang around time, or they're going to give you a probate cut. You're going to get a full patch. They're going to get a full vote, and they're going to be like, they're going to ask you why you want to do it, you know, and then that's it. And it goes on from there.
Or they're going to tell you to hit the road, right?
Yeah. Or they're going to tell you to hit the road, or you need more time, or whatever the case may be.
So eventually you get a probate cut.
Yeah, I ended up probating, yeah.
And what's that period like?
Bro, you got it bad from both. You got it bad from both sides. You got it bad from the Black Pistons, and you got it from the Outlaws. So you got it from both sides. There ain't no, because if you're a probate for the Black Pistons, you're a probate for the Outlaws. Like that's how it is. Like there is no in between. Like like you got it bad both ways. Like period. And you're going. The Outlaws could be like, hey, send your probate here, boom, and you're going. Like that's it. As a probate, your life is their life. No one gives a fuck. Like you're there to earn that patch, period.
What about your job and things like that?
Nah, your job. So as a probate, no, ain't nobody gonna fuck with your job. They don't do that. Like it's never like that. Like first and foremost, like they want you to have a job. You have to have a job in order to have money, in order to be able to pay dues, go on runs, whatever the case may be. you still got to take care of your bills and shit, But no, yeah, you still got it. No, they ain't gonna fuck with your job.
But personal life, you don't have one.
Not too much as a probate. No, you don't. Not for real. They'll give you breaks and shit. Like, hey, take the weekend off. You've been a good probate. You know what I mean? Like after you put like 2 or 3 months in, and you've been showing up every weekend, you've been doing your duties, you've been making meetings, you've been learning your history, keeping track of your days. Not being a dumbass. Like they'll be cool about it.
Have you seen other people probate and fail?
Oh, yeah. I've personally failed them. I used to run probate. Yeah, if they didn't like you and they wanted you gone, you ended up being my probate. And I ran them down straight to the ground. And eventually, yeah, they would quit.
Oh, so when you get patched in,
yeah,
they send you the probates?
Whenever you first become a patch member, the next probate is yours because all that fresh knowledge that you just retained over being a probate during that period, they want you to pass that along. But most of the time, if say we didn't have no new patch members or nothing like that, and everybody been in for like a year or two more, you know what I mean? Like they're just like, who wants the probate? Oh, give him the shovel. If he makes it through him, he's good. So yeah. Yeah,
and you said sometimes people do dumb shit. What's some of the dumb shit you've seen done?
God, man, I probably still hold the record for being probated more times in the club than anybody. Me and another brother named Rabbit, who blew his hand off fishing with dynamite. So other than that, yeah. I don't know. I've seen a lot of dumb shit. I've done some dumb shit. I watched we had some bike night. We had a bike night going on in a town, and a lot of brothers work for this particular contractor at some of the local plants in the area. And somebody happened to pull up in one of those company trucks to a bike night. So everybody started. Somebody thought it was going to be a bright idea to start sticking support your local Black Pistons Outlaw stickers all over that company truck. Certain people got called into, work meetings at work and shit over it. Yeah, it was a mess.
Because is it kind of a bad look to be a part of this club in
It depends. It depends on who you are. It depends on it just depends. It can be. You know what I mean? It depends on the type of person you are and how you view the motorcycle club world. It all depends, in my opinion. Like me personally, at one point in time, I absolutely loved it. Then towards the end, I really started hating it. I started really disliking it and not having no love for certain brothers who I started with, because they stepped up and they say, no, you start getting treated differently. You know what I mean? Because it's just.
Yeah, but you're a member, can't.
Yeah, man.
You have a voice. Don't you have a voice?
Yeah, to a degree you do, but at the end of the day, you might have a voice with your brothers, but amongst the Pistons and shit. But if any of your business or problems makes it outside of your table to the big brothers, they're shutting that shit down immediately, and you're just gonna hate life for however long.
Yeah, don't matter if you're a full patch member.
Yeah, nah, man. People like, oh, Black Pistons this, and yeah, but people don't realize how hard the mental type of strain you really go through about that shit. Because then, say you quit, you ain't gonna hear from none of them dudes. And I've seen multiple videos where other club members from other clubs have said the same thing. It's a universal thing. Once you quit, that patch is off your back. You don't get the same camaraderie, the same brotherhood, the same love, the same communication. You don't get none of that. Once you're gone, that shit's a wrap.
Yeah, but do they put you out bad, no contact?
No, I don't know. If all your dues are paid up and everything like that, you got out and good, you got 86th, and then you got out and bad. Depends on what you do.
Usually out and bad, it's a very bad thing that you have to do to get that.
Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. I've seen dudes get put out and bad for not letting another brother disrespect his old lady. I had a brother that was super dear to my heart that was from a out-of-state chapter, kind of out east, and he didn't let his brothers disrespect his old lady. You know what I mean? In my opinion, shit, your old lady's gonna be there with you before or after the club. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people fail to realize that, like, regardless, like, if you're my brother, that doesn't give you the right to just outright disrespect my old lady. Like, we just ain't gonna do that. Because if anything, that's supposed to be like your sister. You're supposed to protect her. And if there's a problem, then if anything, pull that brother to the side and talk to him about it. Don't just be a dick straight to his old lady about it. Because I've just there's certain things I just didn't agree with like that, you know.